We live in a world that talks about artificial intelligence like a new kind of weather. Everyone feels it, and everyone believes it is changing the climate of business and life. News articles declare breakthroughs. Venture capital flows into unknown startups. Big corporations rebrand teams as AI divisions. Classrooms adopt tools that grade essays or generate study notes. Phones auto-complete our sentences and change the way we write. And yet, in the middle of the noise, an uncomfortable question sits quietly. Are we experiencing genuine, broad progress, or have we built a fragile, expectation-driven bubble around AI? This bubble is not a poetic image. It is a real social force, a pressure built from excitement, ambition, competition, and fear of being left behind. It's the reason entire industries can shift direction overnight, why boards approve large budgets with minimal pilots, and why the word AI becomes a magnet for media attention and investment. Before we cheer or despair, we must slow down. We must look at the technology, the incentives, and the very human psychology that amplifies certain stories. Only then can we tell the difference between durable progress and momentary momentum.
There is a pattern we see over and over. A flashy demo captures attention, journalists write headlines, investors smell opportunity, startups multiply, and then everyone behaves as if the demo represents a solved problem. A demo is often a neat stage, carefully curated data, tuned prompts, and human adjustments. It is powerful as a demonstration, but demonstrations are not products. The path from demo to robust, scalable service is full of hidden costs. Data collection and cleaning, engineering for reliability, monitoring for bias, and systems for user safety. These costs are expensive and slow. The attention economy makes things worse. Quick, dramatic stories spread easily. A single, "This AI did X" headline travels faster than balanced analysis about limitations. That accelerates investment into similar ideas, not always because those ideas are solid, but because they are visible. Startups then optimize for attention. Founders learn that AI in a pitch deck can change fundraising. That feedback loop, demos, headlines, capital, imitation, can inflate expectations faster than engineers can deliver robust systems. History teaches us caution. Previous tech bubbles have similar shapes. In each case, the underlying technology was real and useful in many ways, but the social story outran the technical maturity and the economic fundamentals. The result is not always collapse into oblivion. Often, it's a painful correction, followed by slower, more durable growth. That pattern could repeat for AI.
Let's be precise about what current AI does well and where it struggles. On the positive side, pattern recognition at scale. Modern models excel at finding patterns in enormous data sets, translating languages, transcribing audio, identifying objects in images, and making recommendations at immense scale. Automation of repetitive tasks. Many routine processes, from document classification to simple customer responses, can be sped up, freeing human time. Creative assistance. Tools now help generate drafts, suggest designs, and produce images or music that spark new ideas for creators. Data-driven decision support. In fields like medicine, finance, and logistics, AI can highlight patterns humans might miss and assist with planning. But these strengths come with clear and important limits. Hallucination and false confidence. Models sometimes produce confident-sounding outputs that are factually wrong. This is not a quirk, it is a core behavior of systems trained to predict likely continuations of text rather than verify truth. Context fragility. Systems trained in one environment can fail in another. A model that performs well on curated test data may stumble in messy, real-world settings. Bias and fairness. AI reflects the data it is trained on. If historical data encodes unfair practices or stereotypes, models can amplify them. Resource intensity. Training large-scale models requires enormous compute and energy, creating environmental and cost considerations that are often under-discussed. Lack of true understanding. Current AI correlates patterns. It does not possess broad, common-sense reasoning or human values in the way people intuitively understand. It can mimic explanations without grasping real causal models. So yes, AI today is transformative in many domains, but it is far from a general, human-like intelligence that can be dropped into any problem and expected to fix it.
Why does the AI will change everything story spread so fast? The reasons are both economic and human. Economically, AI promises scalable returns. Software that automates tasks can, in theory, replace human labor and multiply profits. Investors chase those returns. When some companies demonstrate early payoffs, investors double down, and valuations inflate. Markets, stories, and psychology interact. Belief can create capital flows that temporarily make some ventures appear more viable than they are. On the human side, we crave simplicity. Complex social problems, education, health, productivity, are tempting to view through one-liner solutions. AI is attractive because it promises a general-purpose lever. Leaders prefer decisive tools, teams like measurable tools. Add the fear of being left behind, FOMO, and the pressure to adopt accelerates. So organizations take shortcuts. Pilot projects scale prematurely, procurement standards loosen, and evaluation becomes optimistic. That optimism also creates winners early, which reinforces belief. Early wins are compelling and visible. Failures, by contrast, are technical, slow, or quietly abandoned, and thus less visible. This selection bias fuels the appearance of continuous success.
When hype leads to rapid adoption without careful evaluation, several harms can follow. Misallocation of capital. Money that flows to flashy but immature startups diverts resources from long-term research, public goods, and infrastructure. In the long run, underfunding these areas can slow systemic resilience. Poorly tested deployments. Systems put into production without rigorous testing can cause real harm. Incorrect medical recommendations, biased hiring tools, or opaque decisions about credit. The consequences are social and personal. Regulatory lag and governance gaps. When technology moves faster than rules, oversight weakens. Laws and standards may not catch up, leaving citizens vulnerable. Workforce disruption without a plan. The rhetoric of automation can lead to rushed retraining programs or unrealistic expectations about job transformation. Without thoughtful policies, workers can be left behind. Erosion of critical thinking. Perhaps the most subtle risk is cultural. If we accept technology as a silver bullet, we stop asking the hard questions. Who benefits? Who is liable when systems fail? What values do the systems encode? These are not inevitabilities. They are risks to manage. But ignoring them because of excitement is how bubbles widen their harm.
It is not all cautionary. There are many clear, durable examples of value creation. Operational efficiency in industry, predictive maintenance, inventory optimization, and supply chain improvements deliver tangible cost savings. Augmented human work. Radiologists using AI to highlight potential issues. Teachers using tools to personalize practice exercises. These are augmentations that increase human effectiveness. New creative workflows. Artists, writers, and designers use AI as a collaborator, not a replacement, to speed ideation. Improved accessibility. Speech-to-text and translation systems open access to information for people who would otherwise be excluded. A good rule of thumb: the most durable AI value often comes from narrow, well-scoped applications that replace repetitive work, augment expert judgment, or enable access otherwise blocked by scale.
If you want to separate durable progress from bubble-driven illusion, ask a few practical questions before celebrating a claim. Does the system work reliably in real-world settings, not just in demos? Is there rigorous evaluation and third-party validation? Are the costs, data, compute, maintenance, understood and sustainable? Is there transparency about limitations and failure modes? Are governance, accountability, and human oversight built into deployment? If the answers are no or vague, treat the claim with healthy skepticism. If the answers are yes, give the technology measured optimism.
We can't and shouldn't stop innovation. The question is how we guide it so that progress is real and inclusive. Raise public literacy. People should understand the basics of how AI works and where it fails. Better public understanding leads to better policy and adoption. Support both short-term applications and long-term research. Fund immediate deployments with rigorous evaluation, but also keep investing in foundational science that may take years to mature. Demand independent audits. Systems that affect rights or livelihoods should be audited by independent experts who can test for bias, reliability, and safety. Build thoughtful regulation. Rules should protect people's privacy and rights without choking off beneficial innovation. Regulation can be smart, targeted, and iterative. Center human judgment. Design systems to augment human decision-makers, not to displace responsibility. Keep human oversight and easy reversibility where decisions matter. Invest in social infrastructure. Education, healthcare, and worker transition programs need funding so societies can absorb technological change without increased inequality.
The AI story is not a single headline. It is a long, layered narrative of technical capability, social incentives, human psychology, and policy choices. There is reason for excitement and reason for skepticism. There is a risk of bubble-like distortion and a promise of meaningful improvement. The practical path forward is modest but powerful. Combine curiosity with discipline. Celebrate innovation, but require evidence. Welcome automation that helps people, but holds systems to high standards. When the loudest demos appear, ask quietly, who benefits? What are the costs? What if this fails? If we do that, we avoid the worst of bubbles and keep the best of discovery. Because in the end, technology is a tool, and tools only become meaningful when people use them wisely.